Ladies and gentlemen, a greeting to all participants of the conference. Let me present to you the research of the topic, the role of public transport network optimization of reducing carbon emission, made by Yurii Matseliukh, Myroslava Bublyk, Andriy Bosak, and Marta Naychuk-Khrushch, named from Lviv Polytechnic National University. After investigation, the methods and means of the existing conception approach to optimize the organization of public transport network to reduce carbon emission, there is an urgent need to create an attractive alternative to driving in cities, reducing the carbon footprint of public transport and contribution to the sustainable development of cities and aim of the implementation of the concept principle of smart city. Slide 2 purpose of the work is to conduct of the study of the analysis of passenger transport in cities and to identify existing problem and prejudices that prevent the introducing of the concept of the small city into the city's transport system in general. And passenger transport is particularly to create an attractive alternative to driving in cities, reduce the carbon footprint of public transport, and contribute to the sustainable development of cities to implement the concept principle of smart city. This indicates the need for scientific research in the indicated direction, namely the analysis of passenger transportation in cities and the identification of existing effective approach to optimizing the organization of public transport network, which contribute to the reducing of carbon dioxide emission into the atmosphere for the construction of smart cities, which is the goal of this work. Tasks are the following: to conduct a study of the method and means of existing conceptual approach to optimize the organization of public transport network to reduce carbon emission, to create the attractive alternative to driving in cities, reduce the carbon footprint of public transport, and contribute to the sustainable development of cities to implement the concept or principle of smart cities. Dataset. Now you can see our dataset contains the following data: transportation of passengers by bus transport, total number of bus routes, the total number of buses, all of this, and they are presented on the slide. The statistic analysis of passenger transportation in city. The histogram displayed that the volume of passenger transportation by public transport has a downward trend. A similar downward trend is observed when studying the dynamic of passenger transportation by bus public transport, tram transport, and trolleybus transport. Analysis of the dynamic of passenger traffic in public transport, bus transport, and electric transport in the Lviv until 2020. 5 is showing in the figure. The highest determination indicator for passenger transportation by public transport, bus transport, trolleybus, and trams respectively have different polynomial function presented on this slide. Analyzing the existing data set of emission of pollution into the air from mobile source in the Lviv region is follow. We can see that the guarantee restriction of 2020 increases the tendency of the decrease. Analysis of carbon dioxide emission by mobile source in the Lviv region regarding the dynamic of the carbon dioxide emission by mobile source in the region. We have two different trends in two periods, one from 2006 and 2016 and other from 2016 to 21, caused by a change of calculation method. Thus, since 2006, the methodology have taken into account data on emission from road, rail, aviation, and water transport, to which since 2007 emission from production equipment have been added, and since 2016 the methodology take into account data of the final use of the fuel by bus transport, which are obtained from the energy balance of all Ukraine. Optimization the public transport network within the concept of smart cities and its approach. Among the known difference optimization public transport network within the concept of smart city, we will single out three main approaches. First, giving approach to public transport on the road, transition of the electric and hybrid vehicles, and implementation of monitoring information technology. We analyzed existing method and means designed to optimize the function of passenger transport system in smart cities from the point of view to reducing carbon emissions. They include the following: intelligent transport system, electric vehicles, transport sharing networks, smart application and information system, innovative payment system, unmanned vehicle information board and announce system, network of bicycle paths and equipment sidewalk, environmental monitoring system. The diagram of the intelligent route optimization now in the slides, there are the activity diagram and state diagram and a deployment diagram of optimization of network of transfer system of passenger transportation shown on this slide. Conclusion. During the analysis of passenger transportation in the resident city with a population of less than 1 million registered residents and the developed public transport network. As a result of the analysis of classification of existing conceptual approach to the optimization of organization of public transport network to reduce carbon emission, three main approaches were established: prioritization of public transport, hybridization, electrification of vehicles, and implementation of T monitoring. Thank you for your attention.